Today is August 9th. This is Gold Robotics. Lots of progress today.
Yes.
We
Show off my thing first?
we can show off your thing first.
Okay. So, Clayton was here, but he had to leave a little early. So, but while Clayton and Bobby were doing their thing, they're working on programming stuff today. He'll talk about that later. But while they were doing their thing, I did my thing, and I hooked up my robots. It doesn't look like much. All it does is look like I got a brain and battery and all that other stuff. But what I did was I started coming up with a track wheel design. It fits inside the drivetrain frame. It fits inside of that, and it takes up very little space. It's not complete yet. I need to add some wear to our little encoders. But to get that done, I had to change up my drivetrain a little bit and make it a half a hole higher than what it was before. And that took like an hour, which was great. And then I also reduced friction on my drivetrain wheels and did some tests. That's all I did.
Yeah, so Reese has already got his drivetrain looking nice. He's putting on track wheels. We got this guy over here that me and Clay been playing with. This is, I think we showed this earlier in the season, but it's this bot. It's the, what you call them? It's just a drivetrain, but it's got an odometery unit on it. It's got 2 track wheels in perpendicular directions. And mechanically, it's not quite like the best right now. It's just like something we threw together so we can test out stuff. So sometimes like the wheel doesn't like turn. There's just like quirks with it to where the sensors go off. But if you but although like mechanically it's not too good, we were able to get like a pretty good close reading on the
Odometry.
Yeah, like we can track its position now, so that's really nice.
Show the board.
And yeah, so over here at the board, because we worked on that. That was like one of those things. So I did that earlier in the season, and then we did that earlier in the season to where I made the tracking like algorithm, and then I revisited it because there was like a couple things, or just really one thing that I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That's probably throwing it off like a tiny bit. And then I fixed it, kind of helped it a little bit. It really wasn't like a big thing, but it helped it be a little bit more precise. Again, mainly it's mechanical right now, why that's not working. But then a lot of what we did today was make it to where it turns and shoots. So pretty much we mapped out like a grid of the field, and then we can, at the beginning of the program, like mark where our robot starts and the direction it's facing, and then it knows where the goal is. So whenever we drive, press a button, and it turns to the goal, which is kind of what we've been. Yeah, that's so Reese is planning on doing a turret, so he needs that definitely, and that's why we're doing this first before we get into the other stuff, even though like the other stuff is really important and scores points. It would be really hard to do the turret unless you had like a second controller, if you didn't have something that just always pointed towards the goal. And then I want it just because it's going to be a lot easier just to press a button and aim instead of like aimbot, instead of having it to manually do it. It's just gonna save time. And then
What else did we do today?
but yeah, we got it working to where it knows where it's at, which is really nice. Reese is still he got his track wheel module on, so all he has to do is put it on the other side and another one on the back. And then we'll be able to test using that, which should be a lot better because it's built well.
Thank you, Poppy.
Yeah. And so, anyways, but that's it for today. Clay was here, and he did like a lot of this math, and a lot of the code. I just kind of plugged it in.
And now I get to write it in the journal.
And Reese gets to do a journal. But anyways, see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.